Summer started over here with intense heat. And in the studio, while working and continuing to work on the dollhouse workshop and the inside of the dollhouse, which takes a little longer than I predicted, a lot of lemon and cold water are appreciated and drunk during the day. This year, I decided to approach heat in a different way. I like now to go outside at the middle of the day when it's very hot and to have a picnic at the park, at the top of a little hill. So to climb the hill to reach the park, which takes about 25 minutes, and have my meal in the grass with the wind and the birds around me. Because there is always a lot of wind at the top of the park, and it's always cooler than in downtown. And I've noticed that heat doesn't bother me so much. Once I go back home, it's hot but it's manageable. I feel quite energized actually. Even if it's hot, I still can do all the things I want to do. I don't just want to sleep and to be completely useless. And on top of that, I enjoyed going there. It's a bit of sport. Otherwise, I just don't go out when it's so hot during the entire day. Of course, heat waves are not new. La Marquise de Villars in the 17th century, who lived in Spain with her husband, talks about the heat waves, the different ones she had to endure while she was living there. And this is what she writes in a letter on August 8, 1680. Pour moi, madame, si je voulais ne vous parler que de ce qui m'occupe le plus ici présentement, ce serait de la cruelle canicule qu'on y souffre. Car la peste et la famine que nous avons déjà vues 2 fois, et la guerre qu'on croit fort proche, ne me paraissent pas encore si insupportables que l'horrible chaleur qu'il fait. Encore, le jour se sauve-t-on assez en se tenant dans un appartement bas, mais la nuit on y peut coucher, à cause des moucherons qui dévorent les pauvres personnes. In Saint-Étienne, football and the World Cup are taken very, very seriously. All squares and bars and cafes are all getting festive to celebrate the World Cup. Clochette and I have to confess that we also watch the World Cup. Yes, we do. We follow the French team, of course. We have our favorite players. We are very serious. But I like to watch the game with a cozy herbal tea and doing my sewing, far from crowds and noisy supporters. Nice and cozy in my kingdom, and actually sewing and watching France winning is quite relaxing. Yeah, so then we are continuing to watch the World Cup. Hopefully the next games will be at a more decent hour. I know the next one is, but all the other ones, because it ended super late because of the different time zone, of course, and they had a problem, so there was rain and we had to wait that the rain stopped, but it was good. And Clochette was next to me, and she's always next to me when I do anything, and she watched a bit the game actually for a little while. So hopefully France will go far in the tournament, and yes, it's going to be a good one this year. And I wanted to show you what I found at the Brocante I think it was 2 weeks ago almost. Not very big treasures, but fun little things. So they were all postcards, which I will keep to send to France next year. This one is Bonne Fête. It's for one Sunday during the year, and this one is for May, so obviously for next year. Two spool, which I've already started to use, and I like old ones, so that was really nice. And this is really cool. This is to write on a slate. So, for example, it doesn't do exactly like chalk. It's not chalk, it's something else. It's graphite, I think. So it's not as intense, but it's more precise. And it's really fun, and it comes with this little thing. You can change it. You have to move this like this, and you can change it. So pretty cool. And the lady who sells all these writing tools, she's usually not there during the summer season. She comes back at fall, so I just thought it was the last chance to grab some of her things, because usually during the summer season in my town it's not that great. We don't have a lot of sellers who are there. They are busy doing other brocante in other bigger places, so they come back at September, October, so I'm glad I found those. And I also found those books. So this one is funny. Of course, the cover was irresistible, of course, but the title is absolutely not what's inside the book. So that was the funny thing. There is a very thick, big cover. And here it's Histoire de quadrupède par un bipède. And inside it's Two Good Friends. So it has nothing to do with the title and with the cover. And I love it for that. I don't think I have the end on top of it. It was very inexpensive. It was €5. So I don't have the end. I will have to imagine what's the end of the book. But I had to take it. On this one, I love the title, of course. L'art d'être heureux, the art of happiness, of being happy. So the cover was pretty too, and it was also €5. So I'm excited about this one. I'm interested about I love these all children books. I usually like the lesson they try to convey. It's always very pleasant to read. And yes, I will be happy to discover this one once I'm done with many of the one I'm currently reading. So I'm not going to have 50 books in progress, but I will definitely go to read those. And I love old dictionaries. I absolutely love old dictionaries. I didn't have a big French old ones. And this one, it was €10, and it's a big one from 1870, I think, or 1886, yes. And it's a Littré, so it's a good one, a good dictionary. And yes, it's with very detailed definitions. I love that. I had a small one. I love old dictionaries because sometimes you also have words you wouldn't easily find in new dictionaries. So I read mainly 18th and 17th and 19th century literature. I don't really read many things from the modern era, later written or published. It happens, but it's very rare. So I like to have old dictionaries because you can have definitions you wouldn't have necessarily in modern ones. So yes, was happy, and he was pretty too, with this black binding here. Yes, I really love it. So little finds, not crazy spectacular ones, but good ones. So I mentioned in the previous video I had a lot of technical issues, technical problems this past, I would say almost month, a little more than a month actually. And recently, actually just the day I uploaded my previous video, which was 2 weeks ago, my camera lens broke. It fell, the camera fell on the floor, as all my camera did fall in the past, so many times. Nothing never happened, and this time something happened. It just broke entirely, and it was not even from a very high height. It was just like maybe 50 centimeters. And when the camera fell, the lens divided itself in two parts, and some little thing broke and were torn apart. So a little stressful, to say the least. I had quite many chaotic things this past week, which include this, which made me a little busy with other things, and I didn't have the time to spend time with you here on YouTube. But yes, hopefully I will be able to fix that. I couldn't use the warranty actually because it meant having to ship the entire camera and not having it available for 1 full month, and this was too much for me. I need my camera. I bought a new one, the same than this one, which is working, and I will use some of my different insurance things I have to fix this one. I'm about to put the shades down because it starts to be really hot. We are in the 100 Fahrenheit plus, so 37, 38 degrees Celsius in my town. Some other parts of France are even warmer than that, but it's a lot. Now, I'm really pleased because I've showed you I go to the park at midday just to have the picnic because I can't, otherwise I'm just not outside, it's just too hot. At the top of the park, it's windy. There is a bit of wind, and I've noticed that being active at the middle of the day like that, so going at the top of the park, which is about 25 minutes of climbing, actually, it's pretty intense to reach the park. The heat is less unbearable in the afternoon. I've noticed that, and I'm not so dizzy, sleepy, I don't want to do a nap, I don't have headaches on top of that, which is really interesting. It sounds counterintuitive, but I've noticed that being inside, staying inside, you start to be a little sluggish with the heat and all that. Your brain doesn't function very well. And actually pushing myself to go out at the middle of the day when it's very hot, but going in a place where it is windy and fresh and there is the nature, even if it's hot, being a little active makes a big difference. So that's a new thing I've just discovered this year, and I plan to go at the park at the middle of the day because otherwise at the end of the day it's just too hot as well, and at the beginning of the day I try to work also, so it's just not very easy. But actually picnicking is a very smart and pretty healthy thing to do at the middle of the day, so I'm going to continue to do that. I hope you are not boiling too much in your corner of the world. If you don't have any air conditioning like me, if you live just in the normal temperature, that you find ways to get fresh and cool in your home. And let me know also what you do to decorate for summer in your home. I'm going to put Alice and all the Alice in Wonderland decor out and giving a little more Wonderland touch to add to my little very light summer decor in the home very soon. But you, what do you do to give a bit of summer touch in your home? Do you change a lot of things for summer? I would like to do that. I would like to change my curtains, having a set of summer curtains, for example. That would be really nice. Hopefully in the upcoming years I will be able to do it, because it takes a bit of time to do that. But that would be nice. I love changing, yes, a bit of fabric, curtains. I have these little cushions, and yes, changing a few little things and adding flowers too. I think adding flowers makes a big difference too, because summer is the season of flowers and taking care of the flowers, but also adding a bit of flowers in the home. And for now, I will leave you here, and I hope to see you very soon. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more and you don't want to miss the next videos. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a lovely, very beginning of summer.